Hello everyone, welcome to Naomi's Bookshelf and welcome to a challenge I'm issuing for 2023. So in 2022, I discovered the really incredible journey of reading the Bible chronologically in 1 year. So I am issuing this challenge to you. If you've ever been interested in reading the whole Bible, or if it feels like it's daunting and you still think, oh, that'd be interesting, this is for you. I highly recommend reading it in order from Genesis all the way to Revelation. It is just so interesting to see storylines connect, especially in the New Testament. I found that to be really, the whole thing after Acts and all of the epistles was just so fascinating to read in order. So I'd highly recommend reading it in chronological order. I do have a StoryGraph challenge for it. The challenge does not require you to read them in order. I have put in it, each one has a book that you can click on and add to your want to read list if you want. Each book is, so for example, was it Mark that has 16 chapters? If it has 16 chapters, it has 16 pages on StoryGraph and Goodreads. So you can always track them both ways. I would recommend breaking it down into sections, like over the 12-month period, or if you're wanting to read in 6 months, however you want to read it, and then seeing how much you need to read per month. And I have a couple of tips for you too. In spite of me reading the Bible in my past, like in its entirety, I struggle with reading a chapter a day. I really struggle with that mentality because I like to binge read. And this is also why buddy reads. I love buddy reading, first of all. Don't get me wrong, I love buddy reading. But when I buddy read, I find it really hard to remember to read my 2 chapters that day or my chapter this day. And I tend to bulk read it because I just don't like to read a chapter by chapter. I like to binge. So I'd recommend, if you struggle with reading the Bible chapter by chapter, then just binge read it. Listen to it on audio or however you want to do it and just read it completely from like the beginning of the book to however far you get or how to the end. It's just really incredible to just read them all in a row and not limit yourself to only one chapter when you sit down and soak in the Bible and God's words, and it's just really incredible. Another tip I have is audiobooking it. So I'm sure you can get an audiobook from the library or something, but for the Bible Gateway app, for YouVersion, I think Bible Gateway does it too, but you can listen to the Bible on audio and just play it for free. You could probably do it on your computer as well, like internet. So I would recommend listening to it on audio. It's a really great thing to just listen to as you are going about your day. I tend to listen to it before going to bed, and then I remember in the morning what I heard being talked about the night before, and I go back to that and then I continue on. So it's really interesting to listen to the Bible, and it's kind of like an ongoing audiobook. I think in total it's about 50 something hours to listen to. So it's really not that bad for a whole year if you're looking at it that way. And like I said, I would recommend reading it chronologically because I feel like if you're looking at the Bible like a book series, you're not going to start at the end or in the middle. You're going to start at the beginning. So I recommend starting at the beginning. If you're interested in Christianity and interested in the Bible, then maybe Genesis isn't always the best place, but it is a wonderful place to start, especially for those of us who have read the Bible before and want some new insights, as always. The Bible is really put together in a unique way where different authors, different connections, but you really can see them aligning up if you start from the beginning going forward. So I'd recommend starting from Genesis and working our way through all the way to the end, listening to it if you wanted to, breaking it down month by month. I know I was planning on reading Psalms in June of this year because it's so big, and I ended up listening to it all on audio because I could not fall asleep at night. So I ended up listening to it all in May because of just how it worked. Please join me for this challenge. Even if you don't have the StoryGraph challenge and you want to participate, go for it. I will leave in the description box my recommendation for how to break it down over 12 months. I would break it down over 11 in case you get behind. So December can be a catch-up month if you're wanting to make sure it's all finished. So I'll leave my breakdown down below. But like I said, I'm really happy to do this again, and I'm hoping to glean more new things. I always will. I know I will. But I'm really excited to go from Genesis all the way to Revelation again and see how everything lines up. So yes, please join me. And on StoryGraph, I will have that link down below for you if you're wanting to join me with this link. And hopefully we can all get some new insights out of the Bible together, especially when you look at it as a whole. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, please join me. Leave a comment down below if you've ever read the Bible in its entirety, or if you're interested in doing so. I would love to hear what you're thinking on that. So thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.